except where them hands, where them holes, where them throws, you know what I'm saying? Cecil.
This is the video of the guy who smashed out windows at a beauty supply store in Chicago because he felt like they were disrespecting black women. The reason why I'm bringing this up on my channel is, for one, I need views, but two, this reminds me of how people want martial artists to fight their battles for them. Now, I'm not saying he is or is not a martial artist. I honestly do not know if he is or not, okay? But this is an example of what happens when you go to war because you think people want you to go to war, and they kind of really don't want you to. They say they do, and they don't mind that you do. But what you end up doing is you end up sacrificing yourself. And you know what happened after this was recorded? If you look around at other YouTube stories that have covered this guy gets arrested, and then the people end up going right back to that same. We'll be skipping ahead.
I ain't got no time for that. That's what I'm talking about. Go in there with him, okay? Come on, go in there with him. 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 Yeah.
Step away from the window.
Y'all can step away from the window. Y'all can come up out of there. So y'all, I'm getting a little more.
Step away from the window.
Let y'all know this is the second time I've been here with this shot disrespecting black women. This is over with. The last time it's gonna happen. Y'all step away from this window, or y'all stay here, continue to support these people that continue to disrespect y'all. When black men stand up for y'all by these clowns disrespecting us, we don't get the support we need from y'all. Y'all get away from that. Y'all come on out.
Y'all need to come on out. You've been warm. We're gonna shut it down.
Get disrespected by the people.
He wasn't playing. He's not playing. He said he wasn't playing. He is not playing. That's okay. He knows. He knows. You got another one. Yeah. Take it in.
I got mine. I got mine. Stop playing. Y'all play too much. We talk too much. That's it. Quit playing. Stop disrespecting black men. I ain't saying that.
No more. He did what was in his heart to do.
Yeah.
He's out. He's done it.
Tyrone. Thank you.
Appreciate you, Tyrone. Thank y'all. Coming up out of here. Y'all come up out of here.
Yeah. Where are your sisters taking them? Which station is this?
Come on up out of there.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Power to the people. Thank you.
Appreciate you. Black power. Thank you, Tyrone.
Attorney? Do they have the black power to hire him an attorney so that he can beat those charges? I doubt it. I seriously doubt it.
To disrespect y'all, when black men stand up for y'all by these clowns disrespecting us, we don't get the support we need from y'all. Y'all get away from that. Y'all come on.
This is still recording.
Last week, we seen our brother Tyrone Muhammad went to the Color Nails out in Chicago. Now, this brother had got a report that they were putting hands on black women. The first time he told them not to do that. The second time he came over, he decided to make a statement. So as you saw in the video last week, Tyrone Muhammad got a bag of bricks and he started breaking windows. And the community bailed him out of jail. They donated over $30,000 to Tyrone to help him and be in support. But that's not the end of the story. Unfortunately, we wish that Tyrone's efforts was something that could be respected, something that could be honored. They're the brother that went right back to that particular nail shop, and he posted the video. I want you guys to see exactly what this brother is going to show, and then we're going to get into this conversation today. And some feelings going to get hurt, but that's part of how we do things here. The truth hurts. Let's go ahead and roll that clip.
Let's see who all peeking up and going in this piece here. Oh, they still getting productive business. Oh yeah, business booming. Yeah, they done. What up? What up, Delani? Good. Be quiet. Quit talking to me. I'm just checking stuff out. I just.
So you see the guy now. It's Tyrone Muhammad. I'm assuming he may be, and if he's a community activist, his last name is Muhammad. It's possible he's part of the Nation of Islam. I don't know. If he is part of the Nation of Islam, he probably does have some martial arts training. Okay, so and he's got a warrior spirit. So that's one thing that really made me think about how this really truly reminds me of the martial arts community. When you are a martial artist, either other people are going to try to get you to fight their battles for them, or you're going to feel because you're cultivating a warrior spirit that you need to go fight their battles for them. Okay? Pick the battles of the people that you are going to fight for because they may not appreciate it. This is not something that's unique to any race and any ethnic group. They are just people who are not going to appreciate you volunteering to put your neck on the line for them. Even if it's a physical attack, there are going to be people that are going to be offended or just not care that you put yourself in harm's way or at risk for them. So the thing that we can learn from this, from the martial arts side of the game, is that we shouldn't think that we are obligated to fight everybody else's battles for them. We're not. It sounds selfish, but they really do say that the martial arts provides self-defense. The control that is preached in Taekwondo as one of the tenets is self-control. It's not other people control. It's self-control. It's about self-improvement. And you're going to say that makes me selfish, and that all I'm thinking about is myself, and that I'm teaching my students to think about themselves and not the community as a whole. That's not true. Because see, ultimately, if everybody practiced self-control, the world would be a better place. But since you cannot guarantee or control how other people are going to react to what you do, you really shouldn't do something like that drastic unless you really feel like there's no other choice. In some of the articles I read about this story, they said that a store owner had grabbed the wallet out of a woman's hand and even tried to bite her. Store owner tried to bite a woman, right? Now, what if it was my sister? What if it was my wife? What if it was my daughter? What if it was my mother? What if it was my cousin? What if it was my friend? What if it was my this? What if it was that? That's still really an extension of self. That's an extension of self. And the thing is, the people I know that care about me would 9 times out of 10 tell me, don't go down there and do something to him. He didn't bite me. He tried to bite me. Unless I was right there when it happened, they would probably, because they really care about me, tell me not to do it. So I don't blame him for what he did. I understand why he did what he did. But I'm also not surprised at what happened. If you go to the Advice Show channel, I think it looks like it's now called the Africa Diaspora News Channel. You go to Phil's channel, Phil tells you that guy stood up. He decided to fight the power. He decided to fight the system. He went out there and he decided that he was going to bring truth, justice in the American way. I know that would probably offend him for me saying that, but he basically was trying to do what he felt was right. And he got punished for it. That's why I'm going to tell you now, if people, unless you are stopping an imminent, and imminent means immediate, an immediate, imminent physical threat that's coming at somebody right while you're there and you can stop it, don't do it. Don't get involved, because all that's going to happen is you're going to get arrested, and now he's got to go to court. One thing I am glad is I'm glad other people in the community decide to help him with his legal fund. But the main people who need to be helping him with his legal fund are those people who are still getting their nails done in a place where they are being disrespected. You know how they could help him with his fight, which he felt like was their fight too, is they shouldn't go to a store where they're being disrespected. This is not, I'm at work and I need this job, so I put up with disrespect. It's not that. I need the money to pay bills. They are customers. They are paying the nail shop. They should be respected. The nail shop should be trying to cater to them to get their money. They're not employees. Because I know a lot of guys will put up with disrespect at a job. I know I certainly have in the past. Because, hey, I'm sorry, just because you have a bad day, you're not going to interrupt my paper, you know what I'm saying? So, it's be sound whatever, but it's true. It's the truth.
That's the best way to go about it.
Yeah, it's the truth. You're not going to interrupt my paper. Even if a student, if you see me putting up with a student being disrespectful in a class that I'm teaching, let me really bring up, if you see like a student's being disrespectful to me, if you see me tolerating it, it's because I'm at work. I'm not going to let especially if it's a child, I'm definitely not going to let a child disrupt my paper. I'm sorry. I don't care if it's a part-time job. Okay? I don't care. Little Snookums is not interrupting my paper. He's so patient. No, he's not. He's trying to get paid. Not trying to get paid. He's succeeding at getting paid because he's being paid by the hour. Okay? Now, if they're in my basement and I'm training them and get disrespectful, they go out because you're in my house. That's how it works. So, Mr. Tyrone Muhammad, if you're watching this, don't think I'm mad at you. I'm not mad at you at all. Don't think I'm judging you. I'm not judging you at all. Believe me, I understand how you feel. I'm just telling you, and I don't know if you're a martial artist or not, or anybody else, you just got to watch whose battles you fight. You think it's your fight, and then you find out that they don't really care. And so now you're going to have to deal with the courts. That's why, as much as people hate to say it, sometimes, man, you just got to leave it up to law enforcement to deal with some of these people. Or, you know, you can sue the business. See if you can sue the business and go after them legally. And get some kind of damages that way. Instead of having me put in handcuffs. And now you got to deal with the possibility of, you know, misdemeanor charges. So thanks for watching this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this with people that talk about the martial arts.